Secondly, I think you can hear me back there. I mean, if any of you guys have better barbecue, better beef than Brad Gallegos and I'm going to invite you to my house more often. I want you to come. There are probably a few other familiar faces in here. If you look at there's a lot of famous people here. If you look at the flyers on the table and you look around, Laura's here. Francis is here or was here. So we believe in using our friends for advertising too. So thank you all for that. You know, and Frank, I think Frank's in one of those pieces. But I don't feel like I have to sell you guys too much today, and so Yolanda would say, you know, if you make your speech so long that people actually want to vote against you by the time you're done, you're not doing yourself any good. So, but I do want to thank the musicians. You know, I'm a musician. I played my saxophone in the parade this morning, but so I do have to tell you a story. I tell stories. Yolanda let me book the musicians for our wedding, back when we had our wedding. And so we had like 3 different groups at the wedding ceremony. And we had a full-size big band at our reception because I love music. And so thank you so much. That's great. There are lots of folks here that are either running or elected officials or something, and I don't have a list, so I'm not going to introduce all you guys. But people that are here that are running for other offices, thank you for being here. Thanks for you know, make sure you get around and say hi to everybody. And that's, you know, you have to be Bruce King style and just go say hi to everybody. So let me just say, for one, this is the best event that we've had in the whole campaign cycle, too. And you guys all made that happen. Everybody that's here really makes that happen. And I think I said we're finally a critical mass, so the people that are just driving by on Isleta can smell the barbecue and which is what we want to do. But you know, we're 3 days away from the primary election, and a lot of people have. How many people have early voted? How many people have voted already? Okay, I hope that you all voted for me. I had a friend who came to me and said, "Gary, I voted for you on the first Saturday, so at least you won't get skunked." You know what? We're going to do really well. I appreciate the work that all of you have been doing, and we have a lot of people here in this crowd today that have been going door to door, that have been making phone calls, that have been talking to their neighbors, that have been putting out signs, all of those kinds of things, and it takes all of those things to make a good campaign. And I know that a great many of you, because you've already told me that you worked on Bruce King campaigns, and you know my mother Alice King, and this is family today. This is all of us who are together, who are the progeny. I have some real family here. I've got my cousin Gina here, and she always makes me think of my grandmother King. A lot of you knew Molly King or Grandma King. Everybody either called her Grandma King or Aunt Molly. But I attribute a lot of the King's success to our grandmother, who just taught us, you know, how important public service was and how important it was, frankly, to love the Lord. Thank you, Raphael, for what you said, and to respect people and to care for people. You know, that's what this campaign is all about, is people. And I think we're going to get into the next step on Wednesday, and then we're really going to talk about that. But this is going to be a campaign of 2 ideologies. One ideology that says that big multinational corporations know what's best for New Mexico, and people from out of state. My friend Debbie was talking about contracts that she knows that have been contracted out to Texas law firms. We know that there are contracts for books for school kids that are going to companies in Minnesota. You know, no wonder our economy is not doing well in New Mexico. We need somebody in the governor's office who cares about New Mexicans, who wants New Mexicans to do better and be more successful, and for our children to go to school and have good schools. Too much, but that's where she is deficient, is because, and I will tell you this, because I get the most enthusiastic when I'm campaigning, when I'm channeling Alice King. But you know, can you imagine what she would be out there doing today if to see what children, youth, and family looks like today? I mean, it is ridiculous. New Mexico can no longer afford to just be, you know, okie dokie with the fact that we're 50th in child welfare in New Mexico, that we're 50th in the number of children that are going to bed hungry every night. We are last in the number of adults that are going to bed hungry every night. And we are dead last in job growth and job creation in New Mexico. And that is the record of the Martinez administration. And that is what we are going to take to the people starting on Wednesday. Great. So you guys, I think enough of you guys have voted. this should be about the children in New Mexico, and that's what this campaign is going to be about. And I am so happy. I'm going to introduce one person. Claire already said, but Yolanda, my wife Yolanda, she retired from federal service, so now she can campaign full time. So I'm really happy to have her. Wear a Gary King t-shirt, all those things it's hard for federal employees to do. We're having such a good time traveling around the state. Last weekend we went to Amalia. I don't know how many of you guys have been to Amalia.
Wow.
But yeah, it's a great little place, actually. But you got to go all the way to Colorado and then hang a right. And it's right there on the border. We've been to Hobbs, we've been to Las Cruces, we've been to Clayton, we've been to Raton, we've been up in the northwest corner, we've been to Crown Point, and over on the Navajo Reservation, and we love New Mexico. We love traveling together and getting around and really seeing people in New Mexico. And I know that there's a pollster or two here, but I'll tell you what, this is the Bruce King Show. If you get out and talk to people, you don't need a poll to know what's on people's mind and to know what's happening with people. We spent all of this week going to senior centers in Santa Fe and Albuquerque and Las Cruces and in Valencia County. And our seniors are quite frankly worried about what their quality of life is going to continue to be. They're worried about their grandkids. They're worried about scams. They're worried about these internet predators, all those kinds of things. It's the kinds of things that we've been doing in the Attorney General's office for 8 years. And so I indeed have a record that we're going to run on. And that is going to be a record of helping the people of New Mexico, doing the right thing for kids, doing the right thing for our seniors, doing the right thing for teachers, doing the right thing for each and every one of you New Mexicans. And so I really want you guys to get fired up. I hope you can tell I'm fired up. I want you to get fired up and get your friends out to the polls on Tuesday. And get your friends out to the polls in November, because it is time for real change, not old change, but real change in New Mexico. And we're going to sweep this administration out of there, and we're going to get people that care about children and care about seniors in office, not just me, but everybody from there on down. Good judges, good cabinet secretaries, good everybody else. And I'm going to count on you all to be the core of that Gary King support. So thank you all very much, and thank you again, Claire.